Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Stream Squad for 2019 officially. We've got a good show for you guys today. We're gonna let you know what is this Switcher 4.0 that everyone's talking about. We're also gonna go over a basic live stream gear look for you guys. And then Jimmy and Dan are gonna do a very special demo for us. So stay tuned and we'll be back in just a moment.
Tuning in. This is Stream Squad. Welcome. We do this every Wednesday right here at facebook.com/Switcher Studio. So if you're watching this on a replay on something like YouTube, please remember to come see us when we're live on Facebook. But yeah, we're so glad you're here right now with us. If you're watching, please go ahead and share this video out. Let us know in the comments, where are you watching from? Where in the world are you watching this video from? We want to know. Tell us. We'd like to hear from you. We're right here. Dan is watching right there off from the side. He's going to let everybody answer your questions, respond to us, let us know what you're thinking about. So when we've got different topics today, please let us know what's going on. But yeah, Angela, you've got the first awesome.
This is, yeah, should we, by the way, everyone, that's Jimmy. We have Angela.
Yeah, I'm doing things out of it. It's a new year. It's a new year. We're doing things in a new way. There's Dan. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Angela.
Hey, and by the way, I'll update it here in a second. Our Stream Squad says it's January 9th, 2018, but it is definitely 2019.
We went back in time.
There's always that period of time when you're switching over and you're writing the date, and there's definitely about a 2-week period of time where I can't find any files on my computer because I accidentally marked them as 2018. So this is that period of time in the first 2 weeks where I'm still in the past.
Hey, but you know what? We've got a new year. We've got the first industry news coming at you right after this.
So our big piece of industry news for today is Switcher Studio 4.0. So we kicked off the new year in a big way. You guys might have seen a very short, about 90-second routine of Stream Squad last week featuring Jimmy, where he teased that a new Switcher Studio update was coming very soon. By soon, he meant in a few hours, and it actually released later that evening. So this is our latest app update. It's Switcher Studio version 4.0, and it has a lot of great things included in it. So there are new features and updates for all of the plans. So no matter what plan you're on, you did receive that update. You've got a new video summary that appears after you do any video production, whether it's recorded or live. So you can see how long it was and to get some additional information. You've also got our tab bar. So now you can see what you want, when you want, and in the order that you want. And we've also got a new audio panel, which is great for monitoring that audio and letting you know more about your audio setup. For those of you guys on our highest level tier, the professional plan, there were also 2 additional features that were released. There's a customizable scoreboard for sporting events, and there's also a video chat feature for guest interviews with a remote interviewee. So we've got a lot of great things, and we've got a video that explains what all of these features are in greater detail. We're gonna go ahead and take a look.
Before we do that, shout out to some of our people watching there, so I can troubleshoot right now. Hey Jimmy, why don't we go ahead and have you unmute your mic?
Okay, cool.
see if people can hear everyone a little bit.
Yeah, it's got a hard switch on it. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, all right. Hey, thanks, Kevin.
The hard switch is there.
Joey,
thanks for noticing. It's a Sennheiser G3, and the mute function definitely works really well on it. So,
hey, but here you're going to be able to hear Jimmy really well as he talks through this video.
I sure hope so.
What's up, everybody? It's Jimmy with Switcher Studio, and I'm here to tell you all about our brand new update. Switcher Studio 4.0 is available right now. Let's check it out. Today, we're rolling out Switcher Studio 4.0.
This is the biggest update in a year for our live video creation platform. This rollout introduces some user-requested extensions such as video chat and scoreboards, which I'll talk about in a minute, and we've also got some other experience improvements as well. Let me give you a rundown of all the new features. Ever since we launched our two different plans, the personal plan and the professional plan, back in October, we've been mentioning that we're going to be coming out with some new features and things. Well, today is the day, and now they're finally available for you to check out. I'm going to give you a quick overview of all of the things that are included in this update, and hopefully you'll find something you like. Now, if you've got the newest iPad Pro, your USB-C port is fully supported with Switcher Studio 4.0. You can use it to charge your device. You can use it to connect a USB audio interface if you want. You can also use it to connect an HDMI cable and have an external monitor if needed. So we're really glad to be fully supporting that USB-C port on the newest iPad Pros. Also new in 4.0, we have an audio source indicator. Whenever you plug a new audio source into your iOS device, sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly what is being connected. Maybe you plug in the earpods that came with your phone, but you've also got some Lightning port connection, and maybe there's an audio interface off of that, or you've got the HDMI plugged in with it. It can get confusing. Now with the audio source indicator, whenever you plug in a device, you can open up the audio tab and see exactly what your iOS device is using for the audio. So now you can see exactly where audio for your production is coming from just by using the audio source indicator. Whenever you're finished recording or broadcasting a video, you're now going to get a completion panel that's going to pop up. This completion panel ensures that you don't cut off the end of your video by leaving the Switcher app before you're done transmitting everything. The completion panel will also help you see how much longer your video might have to finish transmitting to make sure that all of your live video frames go up to your destination. And it's usually just a few seconds. And once the video finishes transmitting, you've got easy access to view it immediately. You can get a link to it, you can copy it directly to your camera roll, and more. One of the coolest new features we've added to Switcher Studio 4.0 is a new customizable tab bar. This new dynamic customizable tab bar allows you to add, remove, and rearrange all of the menu items in the tab bar. This gives you the ability to choose exactly which icons you want to see down there. You can hide the ones that you don't often use, and you can bring the ones that you use all the time right there to the front. This is going to be really great, especially as we're adding more features for the professional plan. Speaking of the professional plan, we've got two great features for users on the professional plan. Brand new extensions that we're offering to you, the first of many more to come. So let's talk about those right now. In this update, we've added a new scoreboard extension. This new cloud-enabled extension is perfect for any of our users who are doing live sports streams from T-ball all the way up to the major leagues. Users can easily customize the team names, team colors, you can change the scoreboard colors, you can easily increment the scores with plus and minus buttons. We're already prepping to add more options, templates, and sports-specific controls in future updates, so be on the lookout for those if you're on the professional plan. And now the coolest new feature we've added to Switcher Studio 4.0, video chat, is finally available right now. Video chat is another cloud-enabled extension that's available to users on the professional plan. It's perfect for bringing in a co-host, a guest caller, or an interviewee onto your show. This feature could be particularly useful for mobile journalism, for a correspondent who's on site and they can bring you video and audio from the scene of some breaking news. To use the feature, you just set up a video chat room using your online dashboard. This will generate a URL which you can send to your guest. Then they can join the live stream just by clicking on the link and joining the room. They can use a smartphone, a laptop, and they don't have to download anything extra. All they need is that link that you provide them and they can be on your show. All you need is a modern browser and a device with a camera attached to it, and you can bring in a guest from just about anywhere on any device that you can think of. We are really excited about this update. It's been a long time coming. Thank you so much for your patience in getting these features out to you. The Switcher platform is getting more and more powerful and more customizable, ensuring that all of our users can go live with confidence. To take advantage of all these features, make sure that all of your devices are updated to iOS 12. Hey, thanks so much for tuning into this video. We are really excited about this update. If you haven't already, go on over to switcherstudio.com and sign up for your free trial today and give Switcher Studio a spin. Check it out, see if you like it. Also, if you're watching this video on YouTube right now, why don't you just go ahead and subscribe so you can be notified every time we come up with new cool updates. You can be the first one to know. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you next time.
So that is your rundown of Switcher Studio version 4.0. If you haven't already, go ahead and go to the App Store on all of your iOS devices. There's a tab at the bottom for updates. You'll be able to see the Switcher Studio update there, and it'll go ahead and replace the previous version. While you're at it, go ahead and make sure your operating system is up to date as well. The latest iOS release from Apple is iOS 12.1.2. While you're updating the Switcher Studio app, go to your gray settings tab and go to general and finally software updates, and go ahead and update all of your devices to 12.1.2 as well. That's going to give you the best results for update 4.0. And just to let you guys know, if you do choose to upgrade from your previous plan to the professional plan to get the video chat and scoreboard features, you are going to want to log out of your main switching device as well as your dashboard and log back in. When you log back in, that's what's going to ping our servers and give you those new features.
Yeah, and one last comment. Later on today, maybe tomorrow morning, I'm going to be posting a video on our YouTube channel that really gives you insight on how video chat works, how to use it. If you're not on the professional plan and you want to see exactly what's happening with it, I will just have a video that I'm going to be releasing tomorrow that's just going to show you exactly how it works and what it entails and what you can do with that. So be on the lookout for that. And you can see that on our YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, I would highly recommend that you go do that. Go on over to youtube.com/SwitcherStudio and subscribe to our channel. You can know about all these new updates and different things. You don't have to wait for us to tell you about it on Stream Squad. You can just get that notification right away. So
Yeah, that same video that we just played is also on the YouTube channel, so if you want to go back and watch it, that's another great place to view that video. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited about all the new things. I'd love to hear what people in the comments are, what your thoughts on the video chat and how you think you might end up using that in the future. So yeah, keep that going. I saw a lot of familiar faces in here. I see we asked where people watch it from, a couple California here, England. I know there's another England because I see Dominic in here. I know Tennessee because we have the video guy right there. Mike, I feel like I know where Mike's from, but I don't remember right now. But yeah, awesome. Thank you all for tuning in. That's going to be our industry news segment for this little bit here for our first show of the new year. So if we missed something, or if there's something you want us to talk about, please let us know in the comments below and keep those conversations going. But yeah,
I'll throw one out there. CES. What's going on with CES? Any new gadgets anybody's thinking about? We totally didn't add that to our list, but I thought about it this morning. Does anybody have any predictions for CES? What do they want to see? Leave that in the comments.
Yeah,
there's one more piece of industry news. We'll leave it up to you to tell us.
You all let us know what's happening at CES, what you see, or what's been going good. Yeah, awesome. Eddie in the comments too, linking to our Switcher Studio YouTube page. So yeah,
Thank you, Eddie.
Appreciate check that too. All right, so that's it for that. Now we've got some exciting stuff coming up here in our live video strategy. So you know what? Let's just hop right on into it, right?
All right, so this week in live video strategy, well, honestly, what we do often with our live video strategy is we'll feature some content that we've got going that's published on our blog right now, so we definitely want you to check it out, but I'll give you a little preview of some of that content here on Stream Squad in case you're not already subscribed over there, which we're gonna ask you to do in a minute anyway. But in the meantime, I'm gonna give you some information about just my basic gear list for streaming live. You know, a big question people always have, and I know Angela and Dan especially, just dealing with a lot of support tickets, people want to know specifically what gear to get, or just even on YouTube, a lot of the questions come from, what exactly is that thing that you're using? Where do I get one of those? What do I want to do with it? So we put together a list of a lot of different gadgets and things, and in fact, in our next segment, I might even pull out some of these different items and just demo them right here so you can see them. But just what are the basic tools that we need to go live? You know, there's always these issues whenever you're watching a video, like sometimes the video will start vertical, then it'll turn sideways, and then you can't get it to orient properly when you're watching it later because somebody didn't do their right thing in the beginning. Or somebody starts talking and they're in a big crowd, you can't understand what's being said way over there. Or they just didn't put some of these things together. But if they had a few little pieces of, a few gadgets in their tool set, minimal things, it can make a huge difference with just a slight thing. So here's my list of a few things that I really believe can make a huge difference in your next live video and can really set you apart from other people. So number one, the first thing I would definitely suggest that you do is try to stabilize your camera, your smartphone, with a tripod and a phone clip. That's just the number one thing you can do that's going to set you apart. It's going to make your videos less shaky if you've got them on a proper stabilizer, and it's going to keep your audience from needing motion sickness pills to recover from the video that you're presenting them with all of the shake and whatnot. So first things first, just get a tripod, even a little handheld one. I'm going to show you one in a minute, and in the blog article there's a lot of great links to some specific ones that we've used before, but try to find a way to stabilize your device with even a handheld tripod and a phone clip with a little 1/4-20 adapter. The second thing I think makes a really huge difference in your live videos is audio, and the first way you can do that is with some sort of wired mic addition. So there's a lot of different options for this, and again, I'm going to go through a couple here in our next segment, but something like an iRig HD Mic 2 connects directly to your smartphone using the Lightning port. There's a lot of adapters like the iRig Pre and just innumerable other ways of connecting audio into your smartphone, some of which I'll go over, but just adding a wired microphone can really help draw better attention to the sound and really just make it easier for your audience to focus on what's happening. I'd say the third thing is kind of stemming off the second one. Think about doing a wireless microphone option. We are all using wireless microphones here. My lav is connected here. Hello, that's my mic I'm tapping on. And having a wireless option lets me free my hands up. I don't have to hold a microphone the whole time. We can all speak with our hands clearly, and it really makes a difference. We can go farther away from where the actual device is, and it really expands our opportunity to do different things with our stream by having a wireless option.
Yeah, if I can add to that too, it's really helped me out a bunch because before we would just have the everything was wired, and now since we're just a small crew here and it's just the three of us in here producing this, if I need to adjust a camera or something, it's a lot easier when I'm wireless to get up and just move that camera or
you have no idea how many times like it's happened where you're just seeing Angela and I can move and go fix something and sneak back into the shot if I need, because I'm not tethered to some wired microphone that's running around the wall like it used to. So definitely look into some wireless options. I'll give you a few examples in a minute here, but that would be maybe a third thing to think about if you're trying to find ways of improving your list of gear. Number 4 on my bulleted list that I've got here, these are absolutely not necessary, but here's a few things that are going to make a big difference. Think about these extra gears like camera stabilizers such as an Osmo Mobile 2. If you can stabilize your camera, it's going to make an even greater difference than just having it on some sort of handheld rig. If you can get it off of a tripod but have it stabilized so that you can kind of float through the area where you're streaming, that's going to really make your video stand out, and it's going to make it look better than the regular stuff that people are usually just kind of thumbing through on their Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. They're going to really notice when your video is very smooth and stabilized. Also, if you're going to try to use multiple microphones and different audio devices, let's look into some options for some portable mixers so that we can have more than just a single wireless microphone connected directly. And these extra gadgets, such as these, that I'm just kind of throwing out there as really small examples, they're really the thing that makes a difference from having the type of video streams that are just run-of-the-mill, what you're used to seeing from somebody with their selfie on their phone, to really taking them to the next level, making an extraordinary stream that keeps people engaged and wants people to stick around a little bit longer. So I definitely would encourage you, if you're not already, go over to switcherstudio.com/blog and check out the most recent article that's posted right now. I wrote it there. I got a ton of links in there for some of these items if you'd like to see them specifically. There's some Amazon links. There's also some links to these products through iOgrapher, who's one of our great friends. They sell a lot of great camera stabilizers and products that allow you to get your phone into something that's sturdy and it's not going to fall off of a tripod. So definitely go check out that article. I've got direct links to all those different things if you'd like to check them out. And yeah, please do that. switcherstudio.com/blog.
I'll tell you what, too. I can put that in the comments here for everybody.
The specific link. There you go. No excuses now. Go check it out. It's right there.
It's worth it.
It's definitely worth it. And it was fun putting that list together. I also found some cool videos of different ways that people are using. There's like these Joby tripods that are, you can kind of like bend the legs. Like one guy found a way he was making these interesting shots. He like put it on a broomstick while he was cleaning up, and he basically had this video going where it's like, that's the shot. So some interesting uses for all of these different things that can really expand your horizons when it comes to the type of content you're creating. If you've got a few extra pieces of gear, and you don't, here's the big takeaway, you don't have to buy all this stuff to make good live videos. You know, you can just be, Chewbacca mom, Candace Payne, she just set up the video on her dashboard and she went viral. So definitely don't need to have all sorts of extra gear, but if you're going to be going live consistently, it definitely couldn't hurt to have a few extra pieces of gear in your kit so that you can, keep making better videos.
And I think that's going to be a bit of our next segment, is talking about some of that gear, correct?
It's literally the entire next segment is, I'm going to show you a bunch of that gear that I just mentioned.
So Jimmy's going to go back into it right after this. We're getting some comments here about those wireless mics, so I think that might be something we'll definitely talk about, and some other things all coming up in our next segment. Switch it up.
So I don't know if I was being deceptive or if I was laying it out. I'm going to show you most of the stuff that I just mentioned specifically, and we're just going to have a look at it. You can see what it looks like for yourself. In addition to checking out that blog article, which we all hope you would do, you might as well have a look at the things that I'm talking about here, just so you can see, for example, I've also got the names of these things that I gave to Dan in some graphics so that he can put the exact name of them on the screen, and you can Google to your heart's content to find exactly where you want to get them from if you're interested in them. And let's just get right into it. We're just going to look at some of these specific things. One of the first things that I've got with me here is the Manfrotto PIXI tripod. Now, when you get the PIXI, this is the PIXI itself. It's just a 3-leg tripod. It's got a button here on the side where you can push this in, and it allows you to kind of pivot the top head. I think a cool way of using this is you can take something like this is a phone clip, but what I've done is I've taken the phone clip and I've added a little, it's like a 360, what would you call this exactly? What would we call this thing? A
ball
bearing? It's a
like
ball
a
head.
swivel.
It's a small ball head adapter, and it's a 1/4 thread on the bottom with a 1/4 thread on top. And what's cool about this is you can put it on its side like this. Here, I'm going to flip it around this way. And you can take your phone, and if you're super into doing switcher in the vertical phone interface, all you have to do is throw your phone into here, and this alone is going to help you have a more stable sort of setup with your device. If you just have your phone sitting right in here like this.
Need a phone, Jimmy?
Yeah, I could use a phone, Yeah, throw me a phone. All right, cool. So you could have it's great, and because Dan is on a wireless mic, he can stand up and throw me a phone. So yes, so even just having this this sort of setup right here, I can push that button and get this into shape. And if you're trying to do some, I used this before with switcher in the vertical interface, and I was able to essentially just kind of use my graphics down here. I could see the output up here, and the whole time I just had my phone going like this. So this right here was just a great way of just stabilizing your phone. This is going to be easier, and it's heavier, and you've got this light phone in your hand. You're just kind of prone to shaking and things like that. So just having something simple like this is great, and you can quickly put your device down as well. So that's one of the first things. This is where stabilization comes in handy. I always have one of these with me. If you see me at a conference somewhere, I've either got one of these Manfrotto PIXIs in my back pocket or in the bag that's really close to my stuff. So I always have one of these with me just so I can stabilize. So that'd be number one, a Manfrotto PIXI to stabilize. Another thing that can work, and Dan, you're going to have to demo it because it's over there behind you. An iRig mic HD2 is a microphone. It's a wired microphone that you can plug in with a lightning cable. and he's gonna have to dig it off of the shelf, literally from the shelf behind him there. So the iRig mic HD2 has got a USB to Lightning adapter on it, so you can plug it directly into your smartphone.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see, if you go to the audio tab in Switcher, it'll just show you that you're connected with some USB or Lightning enabled adapter. This is a hardwired cable, so that helps with the reliability, just knowing that you're wired directly into the device. That's definitely going to make a difference. So it's probably not perfectly in focus there, but you can see it's a really great way of getting a digital connection to your smartphone. So think about the iRig mic HD2, definitely
It's
one
funny.
that we have used. We used that at NAB this last year.
Yeah.
For our
I was going to
stream.
say, Jimmy says he always has one of the Pixies with him at all times. I always have one of these with me at all times.
Yeah, Dan is a huge proponent of that. When he says it truly is. It's metal. It's heavy. It feels like a robust microphone. It doesn't feel like a plastic piece of crap. So it's definitely a solid mic, and I think it sounds great. We used it. We had one mic between the two of us at NAB. We had a really small setup, so we had no choice. It's definthely worked out for us.
A good example too. One of our users, Brittle Star, they do a morning
That's
show
right.
every Monday and Friday, and they do theirs with actually the older version of this mic. It just sits between the two of them, and you can hear them great.
Another fun. I mean, all this stuff is fun for me. Just talking about gear and whatnot. The next thing I want to point out is. This is just speaking of wired options, this is a Røde SC4. It's pretty small and it's not terribly easy to see what is going on with it, but essentially you've got a TRRS male plug here, then this is a TRRS female plug here. And what this allows you to do is to take different sort of 3.5 millimeter TRRS microphones and adapt them so that they can be plugged in directly to your smartphone. In some cases, some devices don't have the headphone jack anymore. Thanks, Apple. But this will work just fine with the Lightning to headphone adapter. So this is another way of getting your analog audio signals into a smartphone. This is a Røde SC4, and you can use that with the Røde video mic. So this is a directional microphone that I mention in the blog article. This thing has a 9-volt battery, and you can just flip this on. And what's great about a directional microphone is it picks up sounds that are directly in front of it, and it tries to reject sounds that are on either side. So if this microphone is pointed at my face, it'll reject sounds from the sides over here and over here. And it really just does a better job of capturing what the thing is pointed at instead of picking up all the ambient noise. So you could take something like this, which has the TRRS, you could plug it in with the SC4 adapter, and there you go. Now you can plug this into a smartphone. I've tested this personally, and this will work. You can plug this in. I did it with an iPhone 6S Plus. Even did it with this on a stabilizer. So definitely a good microphone, wired mic option here in the Røde video mic and the Røde SC4. Another thing, let's keep going. This is, I got one of these from, which is the fun one. So Wanda from Sabrent, you're the best. She gave this to us.
Saramonic.
I'm sorry, when I say Sabrent, that's the next thing on our list. From Saramonic. Wanda, thank you for giving us this. This is the Saramonic SmartRig Plus DI, and this is a Lightning-enabled, it's actually a portable audio mixer, but this is a way of getting XLR signals or TRRS or quarter-inch TRRS signals into your smartphone. There's a version with a Lightning port on it. Use this, works great. You got to keep the gain really low for signals that are like music or something coming from a computer like that. So definitely got to keep the gain low, but you can manage it and it works all right. I think we used something like this when we were at VidCon this year.
Yep.
So if you watch any of those videos from VidCon, you might see one of these floating around. They also make an analog version. It looks exactly the same, except there's your TRRS plug on this end. So this is another version. It's the same thing, but this is the SmartRig Plus from Saramonic. It's just not the DI version because it's using the analog input. Again, I use this with my DSLR camera because there's a special mode you can flip it into. This is a great one. It's got 2 channels on it. So if you're interested in doing 2 channels, it's even got a mono stereo switch. Super helpful. I think I've seen Tim Flanagan, the video guy, if he's still watching, he's using this as well. So he can probably give you some insight about how well this works for his solutions as well. Got a few more here. I've got the next one. So here's another one, more audio stuff. This is a Apple Lightning to USB cable, or Lightning to USB adapter rather. And what I've added to it is this little guy. This is like $7, like $6.99.
I think it's even less than that.
It's something cheap. On
quite possibly the best $5.
Amazon in the United States, at least. I think last time I saw it was like $6.49, something like that. But this is called the Sabrent AU-MMSA. And what it has on it is the red port and a green port. These are both 3.5 millimeter inputs. And what this is a microphone input. So this will accept any signal that has the signal on the tip of the microphone. So this is like your typical, what you'd plug into your computer. The idea here is this is supposed to replace your computer's sound card. And the great thing about it is it works with iOS. So you can plug this in with the Apple Lightning USB, and then you can listen with the green port, and you can plug a video mic into this one if you wanted. Or what I've done in the past is I've taken this and I've plugged the output of my wireless microphone into the red here, and that's a great way of getting wireless audio in. So Apple USB 3 camera adapter and the Sabrent AU-MMSA. These two in tandem, really great option. That will work for you. Dan's got the Rodelink Filmmaker wireless set on him right now. This is a great one. It uses 2.4 gigahertz radio frequency range. It's the same sort of frequencies that are used with your Wi-Fi. And what's great about it is it'll automatically hop between ranges. You'll set it to like channel 4, for example, and it'll hop between a bunch of different channels on channel 4 until it works out. So it'll constantly work to find the best signal for you, which is a leg up over something like what Angela and I are actually wearing. It'll only stick to the same frequency. So that's a really good option. The Røde Filmmaker kit, Rodelink Filmmaker kit, definitely a good one if you're just trying to get started with wireless. It's a solid option for sure.
That was a question Tim had about that. So Tim, that's one I would recommend, especially starting out. I see Hot Rock in here as well. It says the Samson Go Bluetooth mic is great for interviews. So
okay, yeah, Samson Go. Samson has a series called the Go mic. They've got another one that's got two. I don't have one here, so we're not going to look at that. But definitely, Hot Rock, if you got a link to that, share that right away, please, so we can see. That's another great option if you're just getting started, and the price is right on that for sure. The Rodelink, it's a little expensive if you're just getting started, but if you want something that's going to work and you don't want to worry about spending $100 on the first iteration and then wasting that when you upgrade to the next one, just go ahead with the Rodelink. It's a great option, and you can like resell it if you are totally sick and tired of it. You won't waste so much money if you're really not happy with it. This is my go-to. This is one of those portable battery-powered mixers. This one uses if I can open it, uses 4 AA batteries there, and there's like a memory card also. This is great it's really designed for doing video shoots with DSLRs. It's got 4 channels on it, so there have been times when I have run a 4-channel live stream, the audio for the stream through this rig right here. It's got 4 preamps on it. You can power it with USB if you want. This is the Tascam DR70D. It doesn't have the same digital connectivity, but I've been able to connect it the way I want using something like this Sabrent adapter with another cable out of here. Definitely possible to use the Tascam DR70D with this and like a 3.5 millimeter cable if you want.
Hold that Sabrent up for a second. That will also work with the new iPads, correct? With the USB-C?
So there's a new, this will work. If you have the new iPad and you get the USB-C AV multi-port adapter, that does have a USB, an HDMI, and USB, HDMI, and Lightning plugs on it, right? So you've got those 3 plugs, whereas something like this is just Lightning to charge it and USB. Well, if you've got the USB-C AV multi-port adapter that works with the iPads, you can get the USB-C input and an HDMI, and this would work with the USB-C to USB connector. So this is another option to go into your new iPads. It is mono input. Just if you care about that sort of thing, Doesn't do stereo in, it does mono in, but you'll hear stereo out if you're trying to do it. A lot of gear here I know, but I want to make sure you got the names of them on the screen so you can go look them up on your own. These are some things that we have actually used. We have them here. We've definitely tried them out. The last thing that I'll point out that I've totally rigged up with my camera, I've got my iPhone XR here and I've got the Moment lens on it. This is the Moment telephoto lens. And because it's so heavy, it really won't balance that great with the Osmo 2 unless you do something like, well, I've kind of like thrown this together, but I've stabilized it with this, my own little homemade counterbalance. It's just made with a couple little thread adapters and a weight, but something like this stabilizer is great because as soon as you turn it on, it will automatically keep your camera still and focus. I can move around if I need, and it'll keep it balanced and in place. So this is one of those things that I would call like a game changer. If you're starting to do more and more live videos, this is a type of shot that people are gonna see and they're gonna say, wow, that's super stabilized, that's super smooth. And having a DJI Osmo Mobile 2 is what makes that possible. We haven't really tried many other ones. We're really happy with DJI because we have an integration with Switcher Studio and DJI that lets you control the pan and tilt of the DJI cameras. So yeah, we're really happy with them. The price is right too. I think these are $129 or less at this point compared to the original version, which started at like $300. So DJI Osmo Mobile 2, and I've got some like counterbalances here, and I'm also using a Moment lens. So yeah, these are a bunch of different gadgets that we have used for our live videos, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off and set it to the side. A lot of different tools, a lot of different pieces here that we've got laying around, but definitely things that if you're interested in learning more about it, that's my personal list of stuff that I've tried. I've had it working. I'm sure Dan and Angela have both seen some things too that work for them.
And one of the things that I'll just add to it is a lot of the stuff, like the Sabrent, for instance, is something that Dominic posted in our user group. And a lot of this other gear as well, we're finding out how it works and different ideas and stuff from our user group. And that's a great way to get more of this information.
Yeah, absolutely. The user group is where it's at. And I feel like we bought this as a joke. Did we buy this or did I can't remember if I just bought this on.
Remember.
I'm pretty sure I bought this on Amazon and that was like $7. That's not gonna work. This is garbage. I feel more confident in this rig right here than most things. Like this is my new, if I need to do audio,
It's your go-to.
I would do this as my go-to for sure. There's a video by Photo Joseph that's also linked in the blog article about this if you want to see more on audio with your smartphone. This is like the go-to. This really is it. This is all you need, in my opinion. And this works great with this solution. This works great with this microphone. It would work with it would actually work with this 2-channel rig if I wanted to. Just put it in mono mode. It would work with my wireless transmitter and receiver. So all of these things, I know it's a bunch of gear overload, but it's definitely worth, if you're going to watch this video back later, just look up some of those model numbers, see how they're being used, look at the price points on them. If you want more information on those things, definitely check out the blog article. And get in the user group as well and ask some questions. Ask other people, have you used this?
Yeah.
And a lot of suggestions, as Dan said, are coming from that user group.
That user group as well is a great place for just information in general about Switcher Studio. So I saw a couple questions here specifically related to Switcher Studio. So something we do every single week on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is have a watch party where we watch through a couple of videos that run you through how to set up your first live video with Switcher Studio, and we'll teach you how to do everything in between that you might need to know how to do. So definitely check that out as well. The thing is you do have to do a few things to get into that user group or make sure you can do it, and Angela has all that information, right?
Yeah, so there are 3 ways to join the user group. Again, we highly recommend it whether you're just thinking of using Switcher, whether you're on a trial, or whether you've been with us for quite some time. So of course, the first way to do it, if you're on, Facebook on a computer or on your phone, just search for Switcher Studio Enthusiasts, and that's gonna take you directly to that page. to the group. Also, if you're watching this right now on Facebook, not the YouTube replay, but on Facebook, make sure you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/SwitcherStudio. There's a menu, and when you click on groups, it's going to take you directly into that group as well. And the last option, if you already have a Switcher Studio account with us, log in at switcherstudio.com. That's going to take you to your dashboard, and you're going to see an option to join the online community. So any of those three methods will work. After you select to join the group, there's going to be a short survey to fill out. It just lets us know more of how you're using Switcher or how you would want to use Switcher. So it helps us help you. And after that, you'll have full access to the group. You know, as Dan and Jimmy were saying, there are a lot of people in there willing to offer support and help you get started and let you know what they've also used. So if you have questions, that's a great place to ask. A lot of people are sharing just the different gear they use, but people will also share videos they create. And that brings us to our last segment of the day. So this is our hashtag MadeWithSwitcher segment. Anytime you post a video on social media, be sure to tag it with the hashtag MadeWithSwitcher. We look through that tag, it helps us find your videos, and every week on Stream Squad, we like to share one video that really stood out to us as a great use of Switcher Studio. So today's video comes from the enthusiast group member Aiman. And this is a video of a wedding reception. So he live streamed this wedding about 2 months ago for a young couple. And this was actually his test run to see, you know, if he liked Switcher Studio and if he would do future projects with Switcher Studio. So it's definitely great for an initial test run. But when you find out more information of how he did this, it gets even more interesting. So he used a two-man team. It was him and his little sister. He was on the main switching device, so of course he's the one controlling the stream, and she had an iPhone on, you know, an Osmo Mobile 2, and she was running around to get some moving shots as well. His sister actually had zero knowledge of videography or photography going into this event. She literally was just handed, you know, the Osmo and told, go make this look good. And Aiman himself, he had a lot of photography knowledge. He'd been doing photography as a business for several years, but he had no videography experience. So this was done as a favor to some clients, and he said this was a great learning experience for both him and his sister. With Switcher Studio, he was able to get a really good result, and it was also, you know, easy enough for them to pick up and start using compared to a lot of, you know, the huge trucks that you might have to use for a big production. So he did let me know what he used. He had one of the newer iPads as the main switching device. 2 iPhone 10s were being used for the production on Osmo Mobile 2s. One was free roaming, the other was stationary for pan and tilt. He also had an iPhone 7 and an iPad Air 2. So he had 4 total angles. He did stream this at 540p, but he used our director mode setting. So he still had that high quality 1080p footage to give to the couple after their wedding. He also had an iPad 2 connected to the hotel Wi-Fi just to monitor his stream, so not being used with Switcher, but just so he could see how it looked in real time. And he used a Samsung Galaxy Edge as his mobile hotspot, so that way he didn't have to rely on the reception's hotspot. For his audio, he was using the wireless Saramonic UW9 system, as well as a wireless handheld mic and an iRig Pre 2. So a pretty nice setup that he had going on for this production. You know, the couple was very happy with the result. You know, it's always great to have a wedding live stream for anyone who isn't able to make it. And since then, Aiman has continued to use Switcher Studio, and he's a lot more confident with it now. And now, instead of just having photography for his business, he's added videography to that as well.
And she had that stabilizer going, you can see in one point, and when they're following them into the reception, it's like a super smooth shot. It's like you kind of want to see how it plays out instead of like seeing the shaky video. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
like super smooth.
It's pretty.
So, yeah, it looks way nicer for sure. Great job on that video for sure. Please definitely do hashtag #MadeWithSwitcher. But with that being said, I think that is the last segment of our show. That means we're going to hang it up for the day. We're actually going to be running a production for some of our friends at 1804. They're coming in here, and we're going to do that. So if you
Is that a secondary hashtag MadeWithSwitcher today?
Yeah.
If you want to check out 1804 Louisville.
Is it? We need to find their Facebook and like. We'll put a link right after this to 1804. You can watch. They're going to be doing their show right here, and we're going to get out of the way so we can run the show and do that for them. But thank you all so much for watching. We're here every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time at facebook.com/SwitcherStudio. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to this. We need you to do that. And thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
See ya.
Take care.